My name is Mike McCaffrey. I'm the technical specialist for the Pacific Financial Inclusion Program. The Pacific Financial Inclusion Program is a joint partnership between the European Union, the Australian Agency for International Development, the UNCDF, and UNDP. And we have the mandate of extending financial services to 250,000 people in the Pacific who are currently unbanked. Now, I think when most of us think of the South Pacific, the image behind me comes to mind. And while that is true about the lifestyle out there, it also presents some very interesting challenges for extending financial services. So for those of us who are not geographically inclined, we're talking about the 15 odd nations off the northeastern shore of Australia. Some quick facts. Kiribati has the same national boundaries as the continental United States, yet only the landmass of the state of Delaware. In Papua New Guinea, they speak over 860 languages, and in Solomon Islands alone, there's over 800 islands. Now, what I want to emphasize today is not that this region is unique from the rest of the world, but just that it's a really extreme example of some of the challenges we're all facing in our respective countries. And that's just that there's a real high cost to providing financial services to rural, low-income people. And it became obvious to us right from the start that the traditional methodologies of incurring high costs, yet mitigating that through high transaction levels, just weren't going to work out in the Pacific. And so we immediately started looking at low-cost methodologies. Now, it's one thing to realize that, but another to make it a reality. Well, first, let me give a short overview of financial inclusion in the Pacific. Here what I have are the 5 most populous Pacific Island nations, representing over 75% of the total population. We can see GNI per capita is fairly low, poverty rates are fairly high, populations are low, population densities are even lower. There are MFIs operating out there, but they're small and few and far between. The commercial banks and insurance companies are financially secure, financially stable, but really don't extend outreach beyond the urban areas, leaving large portions of the population unbanked. This demographic is generally rural. And so what we were looking for was a low-cost way to extend financial services to poor rural people really in the middle of the ocean. And we can see in the last column there that the mobile phone network, at least in 4 out of 5 of these countries, really was a great network that enabled us to do this. So what we really had to do over the last year and a half is work to create an enabling environment for this. And this involved work on a number of different levels, starting with the macro level, forming a partnership with AFI, the Alliance for Financial Inclusion, and creating a working group of the central banks in the region to figure out how they could responsibly regulate something like this, as well as doing advocacy and awareness around the region and doing donor coordination. On the provider level, we did do performance-based grants to mobile phone operators as well as technology companies, and in the case of Vanuatu, a bank. And on the client level, we've been involved with consumer protection. We've been highly involved in financial literacy lately, putting financial literacy in the national education curriculums in these countries, and doing market research in order to find the best ways to cash up these networks quickly. I'm happy to say that 3 weeks before I came here, we launched the first mobile money network in Fiji, and 2 weeks later, we launched the second. The uptake has been incredible so far. There's already over 100,000 customers using these systems. And this improved access is very exciting to us, but what's most exciting is now the potential to offer new and improved products over these networks. So for example, in Samoa, About 20% of the GDP comes from international remittances, yet any single remittance, the cost of that remittance, can be up to 30% of the value. So this network really offers us the opportunity to reduce that cost, as well as provide new products. Products we all know increase social protection, the resilience of low-income communities, deposit services, microinsurance, as well as cutting-edge concepts like payments for environmental services. So I'll leave it there. As we say in Fiji, vinaka vakalevu. Thank you very much, and I do encourage you to follow the development of this on our website.
Thank you, Mike.